Season 2. Let's go. I'm so excited to be back. Thank you to all the fans for sticking with me. And during this little hiatus that we had, me and the team had to regroup, come up with some thoughts on what we want to do for season 2. And as you saw on our Instagram at A View to Film, this season is going to be love and baseball. I'm excited to talk about baseball movies. I'm excited to talk about the love story movies that we also have lined up, and all my special guests that are taking the time to come and be with us. So, it's going to be a great season. I'm so excited for you guys to listen to this very first episode. Got a great guest on. And I promise a lot of Instagram posts regarding this episode. Dropped a little bit of nuggets there. So looking forward to hearing from the fans. We got a new platform. We're on Anchor now. So catch us on anchor.fm. And it's going to be a great one. Thank you guys. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. We're going to keep it going. The next 10 episodes are going to be great. And we'll see what we get going for season 3. Shoot us some ideas too. So shoot us some things you want to hear about and see what movies you want us to cover. But we had a great overall season 1. And now here we go. Love and Baseball. First episode. So let's get right to it. I am Luis Agustin, and this is A View to Film. All right, guys, welcome back to A View to Film, Season 2, baby. Here we are. I'm coming to you live from this guest's house. He invited me. He was so courteous. And it seems fitting to just bring him on the podcast and start off Season 2 with such a great movie. So we're going to be talking about The Sandlot. Boom, right there, off the top. And my guest, he is a personal finance manager. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what he does, to be honest with you. But he's from the Bronx. He's my brother-in-law. Please welcome Mr. Miguel Abreu.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Lou, for having me, man. I'm excited.
That's good, man.
And thank you for coming to my crib, I'll give you a tour later.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For those who can't see, Mr. Miguel has a lovely wine rack, so I'm definitely going to take a picture and post it whenever this episode airs, because you guys have to definitely see this. We're talking about The Sandlot today. In your own words, let's just jump from the rip. Why do you like this movie so much? In your personal words.
I don't think it's a baseball film per se.
Right.
It's more than just a baseball film.
Right.
It's about friendship.
Okay.
And friendship is a big part of the reason why I love this film. It was about Smalls. He moved into a new area.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he was a new kid in town, and Benny, which is a character in the movie, he accepted him when nobody else wanted to accept him.
Right.
The new kid, he didn't know how to play baseball,
Right.
Didn't know much about baseball,
Right.
Didn't know how to catch, right, didn't know how to throw, and Benny was like, "Hey," to the other kids, "let's accept him onto the team." Actually, he didn't even say that. He just said he's a part of the team.
Right.
Off the bat, he was like, "Yo, he's a part of the team, whether you guys like it or not." So that's why I like the film, because it was about accepting, the new kid in town.
The reason I also really do enjoy this film a lot, and it's like you said, it's not really about baseball. It's about, to me personally, because I grew up with like a close knit set of boys. It's about the camaraderie of having your boys with you, right? So building that relationship, and then all of us being together. Every time I watch this movie, I initially feel like, oh man, I gotta be with the Sandlot guys. Like, I feel like going over there and hanging out with them every time this movie's on, because they make me feel that about them, and the other thing I really do appreciate is Benny himself, that he took the time to welcome somebody in your crew. A while back, I did a podcast on Mean Girls, right? And it was about people inviting you into their clique, right? So it's very difficult for you to establish a clique, and then there are people in the clique that, oh no, let's not invite them, let's not bring them in, right? Because you already have your core group.
Correct.
But there's always that one person that's willing to say, hey, no, yo, bring them in. Like, they're cool. Like, why not give them a chance, right? So I see this movie as that building the friendship, building a relationship, that camaraderie, and it's just like a hang. Like I really love seeing them hang out together because I want to be there. Like,
yeah.
I've always had that feeling when I was growing up that we would all go to the park early in the morning, and we did the same thing. It was, hey guys, come play with us because that's what the sport is about. And I don't know if you could relate to this, and I don't know how you personally feel. But that's the reason why I liked baseball more, because basketball, you can pick up a ball and just play yourself. And I feel like the game of baseball, it forces you to bring other people in. What do you feel about that? You're a big basketball player,
except if you're Benny, because Benny played like 3 positions. Like Benny played like 3-4 positions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Squin said it. He was like, "Hey, Benny, we don't need this kid. You play the other 3 positions." But it is true. Baseball is a team.
Right.
It's really a team sport. Basketball 1-on-1. Whenever I play with Luisito or Edwin, that they're probably the closest friends that I have. Right.
Right.
It's 1-on-1. We usually play just 1-on-1, but baseball, it's a team game. But yeah, that's
so. Before we even talk about the movie, still, I want to talk more about like yourself. Who was your favorite baseball player growing up?
Jeter.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Right. Jeter was always my favorite baseball player. A-Rod is up there as well.
Okay.
I was a huge Yankee fan growing up.
Right.
I stopped watching baseball. It kind of like, I don't know. You know how sometimes people just start,
I get it. The game is different.
Yeah, the game is different.
I get it.
It's just different. So I just stopped watching baseball like that. But Derek Jeter is definitely my favorite player.
So between Jeter, I'm going to challenge you on this one.
Yeah.
Because I personally, if Jeter was growing up and A-Rod was growing up, which one of those two you think is more likely to invite you onto their team? Who would be the Benny of them?
I don't think it was going to be Jeter. I think it might have been A-Rod.
Exactly, right?
Definitely. It was definitely going to be A-Rod.
I mean, I know A-Rod took a lot of flack about his personal life choices, but A-Rod comes off to me like the kind of person that he would be the Benny, like, yo, come play with us.
Yeah.
Jeter seemed more like a loner, like, nah, I'm good. Like, I already got my crew. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Jeter was probably going to be the kid in that team that they faced, that the Sandlot faced again.
Yeah.
Right? What's his name?
I don't think
Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips. There you go. Yeah. Play for the Tigers.
That they played for the Tigers. Yeah, he played for the Tigers. Yeah.
Cool. So let's jump into the movie for a little bit. Like, the first thing I wanted to point out, one of the first scenes, not sure if you remember this, I know we just resaw it. Did you notice that the boys were playing in church clothes in that very first scene? Like, did you notice that?
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, yo, like, Benny in the movie tells Smalls, Scotty, he tells him, hey, like, you want to dirty up your clothes? You want to wear jeans or you want to wear something else? But literally in the first scene, like the montage, when they're introducing the movie, they're playing legit in church clothes, because I'm assuming they probably went to church, they went to go play, and like they left.
Nah, I didn't notice. Man.
So here's my first hot take of this movie, right? And like I said, feel free to jump in with anything you want to talk about too.
Okay.
Like, don't let me rock over here, right? But my biggest hot take, and this is one thing I'm gonna just throw this out there, right? How do you feel about Bill, the stepdad, Dennis Leary? How did you feel about his character in the movie? Even before we talk about anything else.
I think he was a good father figure, right? Because Smalls, I think his dad passed away when he was young. Right? So his mom remarried. And it seemed like the dad, Bill, he wanted to build a relationship with Smalls.
Okay.
Right? I got that impression. Especially when he wanted to teach him how to play catch.
Yeah.
So he was actually trying to build a bond with Scotty. He wasn't like those stepdads that they were like, yeah, man, I'll catch you later, or yeah, we'll do it some other time.
Right.
No. He was like, yo, I'm gonna teach Smalls how to play, even when he was busy, because he was busy, but he still took some time out of his busy day because he had a deadline. He had to do something to teach him how to play catch. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
And then he takes him outside. Right. And then he throws him the ball. Smalls doesn't catch it. And then Smalls rolls it. Right? He rolls it to Bill. Bill looks at his watch and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna take longer than 30 minutes." Like,
right.
Yeah, but I thought he was a pretty decent father figure.
Here's the reason why I bring this up.
Yeah.
This was my biggest problem with his character. Number one, right? And no, hear me out, right?
Yeah.
So Bill in the movie has an entire room, literally, it's a shrine to baseball, right? So he's a baseball nut. He loves the game as much as you and I both did when we were growing up, right? I strongly find it hard to believe that he wouldn't have taken, even if it is his stepson, the time to at least teach him the fundamentals. Because it seemed like Smalls didn't know anything at all.
Yeah.
Even if you're busy, a dad like that loves the game so much, he doesn't stop talking about it. He doesn't stop having his kid, even if it is his stepkid, involved in the game, you know? And the fact that, like, when he did look down at his watch, it was more of a disappointing look. And I didn't like that. I was like, wait, like, but you love this game. You should be patient enough to it, like, to teach him something, because you want this knowledge to be passed down. If you're such a beast that you have a Babe Ruth ball, right? Because that's what he has on the movie, right? He has a Babe Ruth ball. If you have that, like one of the legends, right? Then, man, you owe it to pass it on to a kid. What do you think about that?
I just think that day he was really busy. He had a deadline. You know, he had a deadline.
Right.
And if you notice, I think the dad, he was in, was he in business? Did he own a couple things?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
right.
I think so, yeah.
So he was constantly flying,
right,
leaving for weeks, right? Because I think he went to Chicago for about a week and a half. You know, so I think he probably didn't have that time because he was always working. You know, those dads that are always just working. There's that. I know this one guy, right? That he owned a couple tow trucks, right? And the man just worked. That's it. That's all the man did. He just worked. He had kids, you know,
right?
But I'm sure they didn't spend as much time. He didn't spend as much time with his kids because he was constantly working. And I remember his wife, because we used to go to the same church, and his wife used to tell him, "Yo, let's go on vacation, man. Let's go on vacation." But he would stay working while the family went on vacation. So I think it was just that. I think the guy, he was a workaholic probably.
Right.
He loved the game of baseball, but he was just a workaholic. I didn't, when he looked at his watch, when Bill looked at his watch, I didn't take it as disappointing. I thought it was more like, oh, damn, like,
a lot of work to do.
It's going to be a lot.
We got to grind it out.
Yeah, that's how I took it. Because remember in that scene, he only had 30 minutes. The mom said something like, "Hey, Bill, can you just take 30 minutes out of your busy day?"
Yeah.
So when he saw that Smalls rolled the ball to him, he looked at his watch and was like, "Yo, this is gonna take more than 30 minutes to teach this kid how to play catch."
No, I agree.
You know, but yeah.
Is there something that you didn't enjoy about the film even before we start talking about it, or like?
Nah, I love it.
You think it's perfect?
You know, I love this movie so much. I watched this movie, and Alex, I think she used to get upset because I love this movie so much. I've watched it a bunch of times. I love the movie. I wouldn't change anything.
Okay,
but that's just me. Would you change something?
I told you the dad.
Oh, just a dad.
No, not the dad himself, not the actor. The way he is. Yeah, the way the character.
The way the character. Okay.
I just, once again, I feel like I have a tough time accepting the fact that a dad that loves this game so much wouldn't at least just teach him to the basic like take some day that is like, nah, bro, we're gonna do this. You know, like. You know, like, when was the first time you remember learning how to catch or play ball? Just learning how to catch.
You know, I have just a couple memories with my father, because my father used to play. And I remember seeing one day a game with Alex. I don't know if you remember this. That was the day he gave me the bat. And we went to this park. And that's like a memory I have. And I think we played catch a little bit, but you know, growing up, you don't know how to throw, you know. So I think he did take some time to teach me, but I do have another memory. I have a good friend of mine. His name is Randy, and the kid was gonna go pro. One day, this was when we were in elementary school, because we used to be friends from elementary on to high school, because then he went to another high school. You know how people go to other high schools that say you kind of lose touch. It was a half day, and his father picked him up. And that day, Kathy picked me up, and Randy was going to go to the park with his dad. And they were going to play catch, and Randy was like, hey, you should come along. And I said, oh, maybe I would. Let me see. I told Kathy, and Kathy, she was like, no. You know how Kathy is, right? Mm-hmm. Kathy was, she didn't want us to have fun, right? If Kathy's going to hear this, she's going to be like...
For those who don't know, that's his sister.
Kathy's my sister. She's going to be like, I do want you to have fun. I do want you to have fun, right? So... Thank God, like I convinced her. I don't know how I did it. I probably was just like, yo, let me do it, please.
Yeah, let me rock.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. And we went to this park. We went to Claremont Park. And I don't know if Randy remembers.
I like Claremont.
Yeah, we went to Claremont Park,
it's a good
right?
Park.
Yeah. I mean, it was all right. It was an all right park, It was a little dangerous, but...
No, I like that park.
But we went early. And we played catch. I don't know. I hope maybe Randy, hears this podcast,
we're gonna afford
right? We should definitely. Yeah. And we played catch.
Shout outs to Randy.
Shout outs to Randy and Rada, his brother.
Yeah.
And his father, of course. And we played catch that day.
Right.
And I think that's where I really learned how to play catch and how to throw, because his dad was training Randy to be a star.
A beast, yeah.
Right. And he was a beast. Randy was a beast. I think he threw the first perfect game in his high school here in the Bronx.
Oh wow! Damn,
yeah,
nice.
I think I read something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's pivot into the movie, right? So Smalls is brought in finally, right? Yeah. Brought into the movie. He's brought into the clique
after
they finally accept him. Right?
Yeah.
What did you think about how Benny set it up so that the guys would accept him? About putting his glove up, about hitting it right at him. Like, what did you think about that whole scene when they were giving Benny such a hard time and he would unwavering, but no, we're going to accept this guy.
Benny's a monster.
Right.
This guy, that scene, I think he pops one up to left center. And Smalls misses it. He doesn't catch it. And then he goes ahead and they start making fun of him. The crew starts making fun of him.
Right.
So Benny goes to Smalls because Smalls is already, he's going to give up. He says, yo, this is not for me. Right. Scotty, he's book smart. Since the beginning, he's book smart, right? We see it. What do you see him? He takes a pen and a notepad and he says things that I need to learn about baseball, right?
Oh, okay.
You remember that?
Hold on. So I have a question on that. Let's come back to that.
Okay.
Let's come back to that.
So Benny runs to Smalls, and this is what I love about the movie because it's about friendship.
Right.
Benny wants Smalls to get comfortable. He wants him to be a part of the crew. He's the new kid, Maybe Benny was the new kid at one point, and they made him feel welcome. Then that's how he wants Smalls to feel. So he goes to Smalls and he says, "Man, just relax, just have fun."
Right.
That's what he tells him. So Smalls says, "But how do you catch?" And Benny says, "Just stick your hand up." So Benny goes back and he hits the ball straight to Smalls, right to left center, and it was perfect. He got the ball where it needed to be, right.
And that's why I really enjoyed this part of the movie, even right early in the beginning. When you come into a new job, right? You don't know what's going on. You need people to fill you in, and they can just let you rock, and you can do your own thing, and then you might fail. You might not come up with a good project. You might have a project due at the end of the week. But if somebody's there to at least do that early coaching, it goes a long way to your development, right? So that I enjoyed this scene because of that, because of the fact that Benny didn't give him everything that he just didn't flat out do it for him.
Yeah.
He took the time to train him a little bit, and then he got him up there.
It was that confidence boost.
The confidence.
It was that confidence boost, right?
Yes.
The kid needed to relax,
right?
And Benny, he set it up so that he can feel comfortable,
right?
And that will build confidence. After that, what happened? He got the ball, he caught the ball, and he threw it,
and that's it. Yeah,
he threw it to second, right? A kid that the first time he threw a ball, it was probably maybe a foot or 2 feet away from him, right?
Or rolled it, or handed it.
Or rolled it, or handed it to the second baseman. So it was that confidence boost. He set it up perfectly so that that Smalls can get that confidence, because that's all you need.
Correct.
You know, and I know we're talking about baseball, but it's like basketball, right? You're trying to make a basket. You're trying to make a basket, but you're missing. Yo, that's it. Every shot you're taking, that's it. You're gonna
yourself. Yes.
Yeah. But you make that first shot. It's like Paul George, right? Game 7 against Denver. What a bum. No, but you make that first shot, and it's like that's it. It's that confidence you need, and then you just start making shots after shots after shots. So it was that. After that, Smalls was learning from the Sandlot, but he felt comfortable. He felt comfortable.
So going back to what you're talking about, that how Smalls is a person who takes the time to write down. He's a brain, right?
Yeah.
But he became a ball player, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you saw the movie, whoever saw the movie, like he evolved. Like he was hitting, he was fielding, he was throwing. Like
against the Tigers.
Yeah.
Yo, he got a hit.
He got a hit. Yeah, he looked good. He looked good.
Yeah, it was a good hit.
Definitely looked good.
It was a good hit.
So let me piggyback off. I got 2 questions for you, right? Why didn't Scotty Smalls, have like nerdy friends in school? Why was it that he was just such on the outside? Is it because he just moved in?
Definitely.
Is that why?
Remember, they moved. He just finished 5th grade.
Right.
Scotty just finished 5th grade. Guess what happens? His mom and dad, they was like, "Hey, we're moving."
Right.
So the summer just started. He wasn't even supposed to be there, right? He was going to be hanging out with his friends from his town, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure what town. I don't know if they moved to. I think they moved to another state. If I'm not mistaken, they moved to another state.
Right.
So it was because of that. He didn't have any friends because it was the beginning of summer. School just ended. Right. How hard is it to make friends when school just ended?
Super difficult.
It's crazy difficult, because everyone they have their cliques already. Everyone has their own clique. He's the new kid coming in a new town, knows no one. Hey, it's hard.
I can tell you from personal history of mine that most of my summers when I was growing up was spent in Dominican Republic because my parents would just send me there for the summer. I rarely ever spent a summer here in New York City. Shout outs DR, shout outs New York City, right? But whenever the summer came up, it was like I was a brand new kid on the block, right? So, and my brother, he's going to definitely listen to this. So he knows that there was, at the beginning when we went through this, we struggled because we didn't have any friends. We didn't know people on the block where we were living at in Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah.
Finally, this one kid, man, and I it's such a shame that I forgot his name.
Damn, that's horrible.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm so messed up, bro. I am so messed up.
I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
I know, please don't listen to this podcast. But he knows who he is. We used to stay at my grandma's house, and he had his own video games and everything. Like, he had, like, balls, because he lived there. He was from Dominican Republic. And he, one day, invited us over. He saw us. And ever since then, every summer, we'll go back and just chill with him. Like, 2 or 3 summers. And then he invited other people from the block, and like we made a little clique.
Oh, so that was your Benny.
Like, yeah, that was like my Benny. Yeah, he was like my Benny. Yeah,
he was your Benny.
So after he invited more people from the block, we felt welcome to go there. For the summertime, instead of trying to plead our parents to stay here in New York because we're like, damn, like we don't know nobody. But now, like, you're excited to go out. Yeah. And once again, I'm gonna pivot to that scene where you saw Scotty Smalls so excited to tell his mom, hey, I'm going out with the boys. Like, you saw the look in his eye was like, oh my God, that feeling when you feel that acceptance, it's like, it's unbelievable. I think that that's one of the things that I really do enjoy about this movie. Like, that it's crazy that like youngness, that look he gives his mom, like, yo, I'm going out. I'm going to be home late at night.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm
here with the boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like, those days, it was like innocence, it was just,
right.
You could go out. You can't do that now.
Without wearing a mask.
Without wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I grew up with a strict mom, right? And a strict sister.
As we've heard already.
I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
It's fine. Let's not talk about your strict sister until later.
But my mom, right? And I could never tell my mom, hey, mom, I'm going out, at that age, right?
Right.
At 10, 11, 12, I couldn't say that to my mom. But it was nice seeing that in the film that those kids, I mean, late at night, they would just go out.
Yeah, they just go out.
They would just go play baseball, and hang out, go to the pool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nah, my mom, you know,
So
I couldn't go to the pool without.
Before we get to the pool scene, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you very importantly, the second question about Scotty Smalls, since he's a smart kid, right? We know that already, right? He's a brain, he's a nerdy kid.
Mm-hmm.
When he was writing his list, as you said earlier, why didn't he take the 2 seconds to ask his stepdad, yo, who's the Bambino? Why didn't he do that? It was first on his list of research.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because he didn't want to bother Bill. Because if you notice, right, in probably almost every scene you see Bill, he's just like, "Hey, Dad." I mean, Bill.
Right.
And then you see Bill's working and he wants to talk to him, but he just walks away. And his mom stops him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Scotty, like, go in there and talk to him. And he's like, no, he's busy. He's busy. No, I'm sure he can take some time out of his day, to help you out. And then he tells him, hey, or he asks him, hey, can you help me? Can we play catch? And Bill says, not right now. I'm a little busy. But the wife, right, Scotty's mom, says, hey, Bill, can you just take some time? But right there, Scotty's like, nah, Mom, it's okay. So I think it's not because he didn't want to bother Bill. He didn't want to bother his stepdad because I think his stepdad was a busy guy. He was a workaholic. All he did was work. So
but don't you think this is a bad look on all stepdads out there?
No,
I don't think me and you know about this.
Nah, I definitely don't know about that.
Man, you're a stepdad. You trying to get into the family, and part of being into the family,
he was in the family already, man. That shit, he was like, I got your mom. Hey, yo, if I teach you how to play catch, I'm still with your mom.
But I understand that. I'm just saying that your job as a stepdad is to also win over
the
kid.
Definitely.
Like, that's it, period.
I just think, look, I know your dad, right?
Right.
Great guy. Yo, your dad is an amazing human being.
Right.
And I think every dad, everybody's dad is different.
Okay.
Yours, I think, was probably more attentive to you.
Okay.
Right? I think so. At least I see the dynamic between you and your father, your mom as well. Like, I think your dad was more, like, involved in your life, right, than Scotty's stepfather. But I just think everyone's different. You're going to have dads that they're involved in their child's life. And then you're going to have dads that are not so involved, right? And they're like, all right.
You ready for some random questions?
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. He was like, yo, let's move on.
No.
You're boring me, man. Your dad's amazing. Your dad's amazing, bro. Your mom too. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, we're talking about dads now. Like, I don't want.
No, but I can't. Once again, I can't judge Bill because I didn't have a stepfather. I'm just saying that a stepfather, and we'll leave it at this.
And shout out to your dad too, because
shout out to
he used to bring us almond cake. It's really good almond cake.
He can still bring almond cake.
Yo, amazing almond cake. Shout out to your dad though, for real.
Just saying that it's their job to establish, right? All right, cool. So here's some random questions I'm gonna throw at you. Right?
Yeah.
So the actor who played Benny, Mike, do you remember him from any of the movie?
Maybe a Disney movie?
He was
besides the Sandlot.
He was in the Mighty Ducks.
Oh yes,
he was Luis.
Yes.
Did you like him as Luis or Benny?
Man, I gotta go see the Mighty Ducks again.
Oh my god, you gotta watch the Mighty Ducks again.
Right now, I like him as Benny.
Okay,
but I gotta watch the Mighty Ducks.
Who is your favorite Sandlot player?
Oh man,
take your time.
Ham Porter.
Okay,
it has to be Ham Porter,
of course.
Ham Porter.
Why,
you know, ask me why? Yo, it's just the confidence this guy. This guy, Ham Porter, hands down. It was his confidence from the jump.
Right.
He thought he was Babe Ruth. He was smooth with the ladies, right? When he went to the pool, he would just, blow kisses, say hi to them. He was quick with it. Let's say if they were dissing, right, each other, they were going back and forth. He was quick with it. It was his confidence, man. Ham Porter, hands down, favorite character.
Do you think Ham could have made it pro? Out of everything you've seen in the movie, right? Do you think he could have made it pro? Because I would argue, so here's my other hot take.
Okay.
He had more power than Benny, low key. He kept kept hitting home. Bro, look at the movie. He kept hitting mad home runs. Every time they kept showing it, Ham was the one hitting home runs.
Is that Ham was big bone. You know, so it was like Giambi. You know, it was just a big. He was big bone, right? Could he have made it pro?
Triple A? Single A?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you think he had more power than Benny? The podcast. The audience wants to know.
Do I think so? I don't think so.
Really? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you,
but I could be wrong.
It's my hot take. I feel like the more I watch the film, every single time I'm like, damn, like I feel like Ham.
I tell you,
gets more home runs.
I tell you what though, but Ham never destroyed a baseball.
Oh, that's true.
And that's power right there.
No,
and Benny annihilated the ball.
That's true.
Right? Benny just destroyed the ball.
That's true.
Ham had power, no doubt about it.
Bro.
No doubt about it. But I think Benny had a little more power. Yeah.
We're gonna get some more serious questions. All right. Do you got all the players, right?
Yeah. I have them.
That's perfect. All right. What's the lineup of the Sandlot? 1 through 9.
Man, that's good.
How would you do it then if you were the coach?
If I so I'm gonna have I'm gonna have yeah.
You're gonna have yeah lead off.
Lead off. I'm gonna have yeah lead off.
I like
right.
That. I like yeah lead off.
I'm definitely gonna have yeah lead off. I'm gonna have
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would challenge that Scotty Smalls should lead off.
Oh,
because
really?
A lot of people. So here's the thing: when we go to their game against the Tigers,
was
right?
scrappy.
He was scrappy. But if you think about it this way, right? When they go to their game against the Tigers, right? I would have the kid that they don't know lead off to get like a little pop, and then you're like, hey, okay, now we underestimated these dudes. Which we clearly did, but I'm just saying, like, I would have him lead off, but go ahead. Yeah.
I'll definitely have lead off.
Number 2 in the lineup?
I'm gonna put let's see. I'm gonna have Squints.
Okay, I like that.
I'll put Squints.
You put Squints, yeah, he got quickness.
Yeah. I'm gonna put Benny.
3? Okay.
Yeah, I put Benny 3.
Put Benny 3.
Yeah, I put Ham because he has power.
4. Yeah, put Ham 4.
Because he has power, right?
All right, I like that.
I'm gonna then let me get Kenny.
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
I'm gonna have Kenny.
Kenny looks like he's a good number 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Kenny.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna have the Timmons boys back to back.
Okay,
so
I like that.
I'm gonna get Tommy and then Timmy.
Damn, so you're gonna leave Scotty for last,
and then I'm gonna leave Scotty for last, man.
Damn,
I'm gonna leave Scotty for last. Yeah,
my boy. Scotty.
But Scotty was stepping it up, so you know.
Damn, man.
I might move him up, but. For now, I think Scotty last.
I would personally have Squints bat last because I feel like Squints would bring the speed. And like I said, I would have Scotty earlier in the lineup.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
How would you have it? So you have Scotty?
I would have Scotty leading off.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
I would have Yeah as number 2.
Yeah.
Same like you. I would have Benny 3, Ham 4, without a doubt. I would have Kenny 5. The first baseman is the Twins, right? With him and the other one.
Yeah, Tommy and Timmy.
Yeah, and then I would have the shortstop guy, and then obviously last I would have Squints.
Okay.
Personally speaking, I would have it like that because I would get the lineup to come back around.
Yeah.
And I need that speed, and like he's small, and like
we're missing Bertram. That's the tall kid with the glasses.
Yeah, we are missing. Like I said, I would probably put him 8.
Yeah, 7.
I don't know much about him in the movie.
Yeah, he wasn't.
But
just that he brought Big Chief. You know, he was the dealer. He was the dealer. He was the dealer in the movie.
Have you ever tried chewing tobacco?
No, I never had chewing tobacco. Never tried chewing tobacco, but I've had tobacco.
No.
Yeah.
So me and you both.
But no, not chewing. They banned it, right? They no longer
banned it in
the MLB, right?
In
MLB,
the
that's
MLB,
it.
yes, that is correct.
Okay.
They banned it in the MLB. I can tell you from personal experience in playing in high school that a lot of the boys that I played with, that it's true. You get crazy dizzy, and that really does happen, like in the movie, like how they all were like feeling queasy, throwing up. Like it's strong. Like obviously kids shouldn't have that.
Of course.
So we're not condoning that.
Yeah.
But
it's like you have a cigar, right? You ever have a cigar and it's like a strong cigar and you're like, oh wait, like
you're dizzy, right?
I'm a little dizzy.
Yeah.
Let me, drink something sweet.
Right.
So just to counter the dizziness, yeah.
What did you think of Squint's plan with Wendy?
All right, so this is, I don't know if you're ready. This is one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, okay. Let's jump into it then. Yeah. Your favorite scene. Let's go.
I actually have two scenes that I really enjoy, but this is
Why? Why is this your favorite scene?
Pool Day.
Yeah.
Yo, because Squints is the man. That's why. Because he bagged Wendy Peppercorn, right? It's a hot day. They're playing baseball. And Squints, that day, he sees Wendy.
Right.
And he's just checking her out. And he's like, damn, shorty is bad, right? So they get to the Sandlot. And Benny just wants to play baseball. Right? And the kids are like, no, Benny, it is too hot. Let's go to the pool. So they go to the pool. And Squints, if any of you guys see the movie, you're gonna notice that he's in love with Wendy. He got tired of seeing her from afar. Right? So he tells the crew, and I love this. This is what he says. He says, every summer I come, I see her put lotion, oil. I can't take it anymore. Right? That's what he says, right? And everyone's looking at him like, oh shit, like what's going on? Like what's happening? So Squints goes to the deep end. That's it. He's had enough. He goes to the deep end. He waves at Wendy. Wendy waves at him back. Right? He throws himself. He doesn't come up. He stays down there for a while. All his boys rush to see, yo, where's Squints? Let's go get Squints. Wendy gets him out. But did you notice when Wendy gets him out that he smiled?
Yes, I did
he
notice
smiled.
that. Yes.
He has a smile.
Yeah. He had the game plan.
She gives him mouth to mouth, right? CPR. He opens his eyes and he smiles, and the kids, they just looking at him like, huh? Like, yo, what's going on? And as soon as she goes ahead and gives him CPR again, he grabs her, and this magic moment comes on, right? And to me, that was like the cherry on top when they play this magic moment. Yeah. Because, and then as soon as that scene ends, he walks out a man. Like, this guy, he has this confidence. Like, yo, he has this swagger, right? And before he leaves, they all get kicked out of the pool, right? They all get kicked out. And he's a little sad, right? But he looks at Wendy.
Gives her the wink.
Yo, and Wendy looks at him back, right? And just waves. And from that day, that's it. I think he had it in the bag, man. He had it in the bag. I love the scene.
I feel like we lost half our female audience, number one.
Why?
So they're going to be like, yo,
why?
Miguel said he became a man just because of this kid.
Yeah.
Half our female audience tuned it out.
Yeah, unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
Nah, I hope not, man. I hope not.
All right.
Yeah, but I love that scene. It was just, he planned it out perfectly. Right? He said he's been planning it, I think, for years? He said something like that. I've been planning it for years. Yeah, he was persistent and he got it.
Before I give you my favorite scene.
They actually got married, actually.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Shout out to Wendy.
Squints and Wendy.
Yeah.
They had crazy amount of kids.
Before I give you my favorite scene, they said, so then after that, right? They said that they got banned from the pool.
Yeah.
I find that very hard to believe. Here's why. If it's the only pool in town, like, yo, they're not going to go to the pool all summer anymore? Like, what are they going to do next year? Like, are they going to go to another pool? Like, what's going on right here?
Maybe they got banned that year.
Yeah, they're not going to sneak in? Like,
I mean, you're talking about the Sandlot kids. They, that was their neighborhood. They ran that place, man. They'll probably go back.
Here's my favorite part of the film. My favorite scene above all is when they kick the tiger's ass.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All that shit talking those kids did to them. And mind you, number one, the Sandlot kids are not in the league. They're just playing around.
Yeah.
They don't have a lineup. They don't care. They're just playing just to have fun, which is truly like awe-inspiring, I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
These kids are playing organized baseball. And you're going to tell me these dudes who are in a Sandlot kicked your ass? You should be embarrassed.
Destroyed. They destroyed them.
What do you think the final score was?
It was probably like 22-1.
I wrote down like 17-2.
Like, you see?
What do you think?
Yeah. They destroyed them.
So I'm going to say this. The reason why this is my favorite scene is because it shows you, number one, stay humble.
Yeah.
Number two, you don't ever underestimate what you don't know, right? They had been talking shit to the Sandlot kids for so long, and they're like, all right, yo, 12 o'clock tomorrow, we doing this. Like, when you throw down a challenge, yo, come to play.
Yo, you got to come to play.
Come to play.
You got to come to play.
Like, I'm just saying, don't throw down a challenge and don't come to play.
Exactly.
And that's a life lesson. Stay humble, and you better back up your words.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I'm going to say, man. And that's the reason why I liked it.
I wish it would have been a longer scene.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
a longer montage.
Yeah, I would have loved to see, Phillips bat a couple times, just to see. But yeah, definitely, they got destroyed. I loved Ham in that scene. That he was talking to the batters, each batter.
Yes, I love that.
Is that your sister?
The
Is that
banter,
your sister?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. I love that Scotty got involved. Like we said earlier, Scotty got a couple hits.
Right.
Couple
hits. Yeah, he was rocking, bro.
It was good. It was good. It was a really good scene.
Let's jump into your favorite quote of the movie. What is your favorite quote? Or do you want me to start with mine?
Yeah. Definitely.
Because we can jump into another scene. My favorite quote of the movie is "Legends never die." 100%.
That's what I got.
Yeah, 100%. I'm saying, first time I think I've agreed with any guest.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like that quote, just I've spoken about this on a prior podcast before. It's about leaving your mark, right?
Leaving your legacy.
Yeah, just leaving your legacy.
Yeah, definitely.
And the fact that those kids left that legacy, and the fact that they just looked up to somebody who left a legacy for them, it's just a trickle down effect.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean? And that, once again, I hate to keep bringing this up. Sorry, Bill, no offense, but like, you gotta leave your legacy down.
Nah, man, Bill was a workaholic, Lou. Come on, man. Let's not take shots at Bill. Bill was a workaholic. He he just worked a lot.
I understand that, but it's about leaving your mark.
Definitely.
And like I said, it's you just get that resonates so much.
Definitely. That's what I put. I said there's heroes and then there are legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Exactly.
You do something nice today, okay, but you're gonna be remembered for just doing that. But when you leave a legacy, like that goes on for generations,
right?
And that's why I chose that quote as well.
I agree with you, man.
Yeah,
I agree. First time, look at that.
Yep.
Did you like the way they had their treehouse?
Yeah, I liked it. I was always a fan of tree houses growing up. It was nice. It was nice.
It's hard for us Bronx, Uptown Manhattan kids to
definitely
to even think about something like that because you just get envious. You get jealous.
Yeah. We just see trees.
Yeah.
We just see
fake
trees, right? Trees on the floor when there's a storm, but that's all we really see. But yeah, it was nice. I like the treehouse.
I agree with you, bro.
I didn't know it was so close to the Beast. So my question is. That treehouse, was it a house?
I thought
one of the kids.
Was it in Squint's house or
Ham's it was Squint's house?
I think it was Squint's.
It might have been Squint's house. Okay, it might have been Squint's house. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I don't know about logistically wise, but from what I understood, I think it was behind on the other side because they had the Sandlot, and then I don't know. I'm drawing a fake map for those who can't see us. Like it's a square, right? You would think that that's his house. So I'm assuming. Squint's house is his neighbor with Mr. Myrtle.
Yeah.
And then you have the Sandlot behind.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming, yeah. Because it has to be because the tree's here.
Yeah.
It oversees him. That's his dog's backyard. And then you have the Sandlot.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering whose house was that.
I thought it was Squint's, but I could be wrong. It's either Squint's or Ham's.
It might be. It might be Squint's or Ham's. Because it's definitely not Benny's and it's not Scotty's, right?
What did you think about their plans to get the ball back? So now we're getting into the climax of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Your boy Scotty steals the baby Ruth ball.
Oh my gosh.
The baby Ruth.
Man.
The she ball. And they hit up and he hits a home run. Good for Scotty. I'm telling you, he's getting his weight up. Right? He hits a home run.
Yeah.
And then now they have to get the ball back from the Beast, which is the main theme of this movie, right?
Yeah.
Which is what they try to center it as. They keep teasing the Beast. They keep foreshadowing it. The whole movie. That's all it's about. These kids growing up together, playing ball, going up against the Beast.
Yeah.
So the last 15, 20 minutes is about them coming up with schemes or trying to get this ball back, right?
Yeah.
How would you have gone about it? And I'll ask my follow-up question when you tell me how you would have gone about it. Like, what would you have come up with something else? Did you like their ideas? What did you think?
Well, Scotty, right? From the very beginning, he was like, "Hey, let's just ask for the ball back."
Yes,
right.
100%. Yep, I saw that.
And I think Squint says, "No, you're crazy." Like Mr. Myrtle, I don't know what he said about Mr. Myrtle. Like that's not happening. Like we're not gonna do that. So let's come up with ways to try to get the ball back. I probably would have done the same thing, right? Think of ways to try to get that ball back. They did. What did they do? They got a pole.
Mm-hmm,
I think they got a pole. They try to get the ball back. You know,
right.
At that age, that's what you're thinking about. You know, let me get a stick real quick. Let me get a stick.
Yes.
So I can pull it back. They got actually pretty innovative because they got some vacuums.
Mm-hmm.
They took out some vacuums, some steel
some
rods,
hose.
some hose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it was a pot. At one point, they got like a pot. You know, they made like a little machine, right? It wouldn't have gotten to that point, right? Because I'm not pretty like good.
We're not ingenuity.
Yeah. Like I don't know how to make robots. I'm taking this IT class, man. I don't even know about computers. Like, I don't even know how to connect things. You know, I don't even know how to do that. But the way they went, I think it brought life to the movie a little bit, right? Okay. It made things a lot interesting. Like you wanted to see if they could have actually got the ball back.
That is
you
true.
know. They almost did. They almost did. They almost did when they did that little robot with the vacuum.
Yeah, with the vacuum. Yeah.
But the beast, he was just too good. Yeah, Hercules, man, he was just too good.
Is there another way you would have gone about it or no?
I would have definitely knocked on the guy's door. I would have definitely knocked on the guy's door.
All right, so let's.
Hey, can I get my ball back? You know, that's it.
I think that I personally would have low key asked the mom. Because it's true. Okay. I think that obviously the movie would have been boring.
Definitely. Yeah.
But
there's no movie.
There's basically no movie. But I would say that because obviously that's Scotty's real mom, right? Yeah. I would have asked the mom and say, "Hey, mom, yo, chill. Like, quick favor, please don't tell dad. You don't have loyalty to him right now. This is me. This is your son. Like, this is a stepdad. Like, this is your son. All right. Need one favor." Go over there to Mr. Myrtle, knock on the door and get that ball back. Because honestly, like when you're out of ideas, you just gotta fess up to your parents. Man, right? You just be like, "Yo, listen."
The thing with them, they didn't run out of ideas. Like, yo, they had ideas for days. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Probably maybe ask the mom to get it. But Smalls was gonna be in trouble. I mean, Smalls got in trouble, but not really. Because when he gave the dad that 1927 ball.
I know, exactly, right?
He was like, Yankees. Oh my God. Like, this is better than the Babe Ruth ball. But yeah, probably going to the mom would have helped.
Here's a random thought that I thought about. Did Ham invent s'mores?
No, he did not invent s'mores. But
I think this is the first movie I remember them
really?
doing s'mores. I don't. What other movie have people done s'mores in?
The Parent Trap, maybe? Oh, no, they did Oreos. They did Oreos and peanut butter, right?
They did Oreo and peanut butters. That's different.
So where did we make... Oh, maybe. You're right. Maybe s'mores.
In the culture, man.
In the culture, maybe.
I think your boy Ham, he would have got pro.
Oh,
and I think he invented s'mores.
If he did...
He made it popular.
Yo, yeah, he probably made it popular.
He made it popular, bro. He probably didn't invent it, but he made it popular, bro. All right. So the producer looked it up. We got that... The s'mores were actually invented by the Girl Scouts in 1927. Same year.
Shout out to the Girl Scouts.
Shout out to the Girl Scouts. And shout out to the Yankees because that's the same year the ball.
Exactly.
The Yankees.
Yep, 1927.
So another reference to them. But I think that in movie history, we didn't really see much of a s'more being assembled. Because he educated people
of course,
on a s'more being assembled, right? The right way. And he burnt that marshmallow like crazy. It was crispy.
Yeah, it was perfect. That's actually another favorite scene of mine, the camp out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, I like it. Because you got the treehouse, right? Like we said, right?
Yeah.
You got the boys being together.
Yeah.
You got the s'mores effect.
Yeah.
And, like, you got some stories that you're sharing them on.
You got Scotty.
Candlelight.
You got Scotty that he doesn't know what's a s'more.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know who Babe Ruth is. Doesn't know what's a s'more. right?
Honestly, man.
So that's actually a pretty good scene as well.
Your boy Scotty is not looking good for the MVP
nah,
award
definitely
today.
not, man. Scotty's definitely not the MVP. Definitely
You don't know about s'mores or Babe Ruth, man.
Nah.
I can't even give it to
Baby
you.
Ruth. It was funny actually.
Baby Ruth.
Remember when he hit that home run, right? And then the Babe Ruth ball got in Mr. Myrtle's backyard, and they're like, "Yo," he's like, "Yo, we need to get that ball back." Mm-hmm. Scotty's like, "Yo, we need to get that ball," and they're like, "Nah, man. Yo, we go get another one. Don't worry about it." He's like, "Nah, man, we need that ball," and they're like, "Why?" Because a lady signed it. A lady signed it, Baby Ruth, and they're like, "What, Babe Ruth?" And then he's like, "Oh my God, that's the same guy!" Like, that is one of the funniest parts of the movie. But yeah, Scotty's definitely not the MVP.
No, he's not. We'll talk about that later. But
yeah,
the boys have the little pickle. We finally get an appearance from Baby Ruth.
Yeah.
And in a dream, he comes up to Benny. He talks about legends, our favorite quote, "Legends never die." And Benny finally puts on the what is it, Chuck Taylors? They look like PF Flyers.
Yeah, the PF Flyers. But before that, right? Did you notice Babe Ruth when he tells Benny, "Hey, can I take this?"
Yes, I noticed that. The Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron. He was like, "I don't know why, but can I keep this?" Yo. And it's because Hank Aaron passes him on the all-time home run list.
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, and everybody's gonna know this on the podcast. I never noticed that until we just rewatched it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I've seen this movie multiple times, and for some reason today, I noticed he's like, "Hey, can I keep this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I like that. That was a good one.
I like that.
Yes, you're
nice.
right.
It was nice.
You're right. That was a great shout out. To him.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Aaron.
Yep,
that was a good shout out. Shout out to Hank Aaron.
Yep.
Man. So your boy puts on the PF Flyers. Clark Kent goes into the booth, comes out as Superman.
Yep.
He goes on a crazy run, becomes the Jet, right, as we saw.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about that whole entire montage at the end of the movie? Like him running around, the cake. Did you notice that Ham took a piece of the cake? He licked the cake.
He licked it. Yeah. He took like a finger. Like yeah. Yo, Ham. I actually liked it. I think it showed his speed. Mm-hmm. You know, his agility. You know, his strengths. And that he will go above and beyond to help a friend out.
Right.
You know? So I actually liked it. I actually liked that chase.
So going back to our lineup, wouldn't it make sense then if he has the Jet, if he's speed, right? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it make sense for us to put Benny first? Because I've seen that in certain lineups that they'll put Barry Bonds first, like to try to like, oh, you can't walk him, but you gotta pitch him, or he has the speed, right? Yeah. Like, would you dare put Benny lead off then?
No, because I thought just because you know he has power.
That's true.
You know, I wouldn't have put him first. No.
Random question for you: Who paid for all the damages in the picnic? Mr. Myrtle, Benny's parents. Which one?
That's a good question. I don't think it was Mr. Myrtle.
Why not? You think it was Benny's parents?
I don't think so either. I mean, were there a lot of like damages? Really, just a cake?
Yo, that cake was big.
It was a big cake.
Cake was big.
I think they just had to take the loss. They took the L. I think they took the L.
So the Beast, aka Hercules, comes out. He runs on the table and like
yes, he does.
Spills everything.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of picnic tables, bro.
Yeah, man. I think they just had to take the L. I think that's I don't think anyone paid for that. I don't think so.
You say so.
I hope not.
I feel like Mr. Myrtle paid for all that.
Man, I hope not.
Because he looked like he doing good. He living good.
Yeah, he got money.
He got money. Sure.
He got money.
You know? So then that brings me to my next hot take about Mr. Myrtle. Do you think it was fair for him to keep Hercules in the sand? Like, bro, you couldn't get grass for your boy? Like, what are we doing with this Sandlot? It was backyard.
It was a junkyard at one point, right?
Was
it still a junkyard? It was just
stuff
not
in the back.
It was just things in the back. You know, it was not. He wasn't taking care of his house. You know, he just took care of that one room where he had all that memorabilia. All that memorabilia, right? But yeah, he was older.
1 out of 10, dog owner. 10 being the best. Mr. Myrtle.
He's a 3. I mean, and he's a 3 because he still feeds him, right? He's still giving him food, right? He's definitely a 3. He's not like you and Alex. Like, you guys are 10. Like, this, like, Hudson eats good food. Like, Hudson eats better food than me. like, Hudson gets walked every day. You know? He has an Instagram.
But yeah, he got an IG.
You know,
Hercules needs an IG.
Hercules needs an IG.
He needs an IG.
But yeah, he's definitely a 3. You guys are a 10. Right. Not that you asked for your rating, but
we get the cameo.
You guys definitely.
We get the cameo from your boy Darth Vader. Not Mufasa yet. See, so I looked it up. This movie actually came out before The Lion King.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did. 1993. Lion King came out in 94.
Oh,
so
okay.
He didn't even do that yet. What did you think about that last scene when they spoke with Mr. Myrtle? How did you feel about that? Like that he shared all his knowledge and everything like that?
You know, that's where you see that he was a bit lonely, right? Mr. Myrtle, he wanted somebody to talk to. It was just him and the Beast, right? And Mr. Myrtle says, hey, I tell you what, I'm going to give you this 1927 Yankees baseball signed by every player, right, in that team that year. Just come by. Talk baseball.
Right.
Excuse me. Talk baseball with me, I think maybe once a week or twice a week, you know. And we'll call it a fair trade, right? I don't know if you remember Squints when they're in the treehouse. Squints is saying something about Mr. Myrtle that's completely opposite.
Yeah, I know. And then they had a different person.
And they had a different person.
Yes, I noticed that.
So I was wondering why they did that. Why would they put this one guy in that video, right? Like that like the past video, the dream. Yeah. And then James Earl. I didn't understand that. Yeah, I didn't understand that. Why have 2 different guys?
Because I saw it as
he was younger.
But not only that. No, it's not because of the younger. I think that all of us, when we're kids, we have a big imagination.
Oh,
and I think that the story he told was such a big his own imagination. Because remember. Mr. Myrtle in his dreams was white, and he was not even white. Like, remember, he was a white guy.
Yeah.
And then they made the Beast story, which is obviously the whole point of the movie is to emphasize the Beast and Hercules, to show you this daunting figure in the whole movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And remember, the whole movie, they show you just a shadow of him and his paw.
Correct.
They don't never show
a huge paw, actually.
A huge paw. Yeah. A huge a shadow, which is
exactly.
foreshadowing. You're making a figure bigger than what it is.
Exactly. Oh, okay. So that's why they did it like that.
In the dream sequence in the storytelling, he made this whole thing up. He might have just been snooping around hearing his parents talk about Mr. Myrtle whenever he moved in, but he made up this crazy elaborate story.
He heard it from his uncle. Remember his uncle?
Right, there you go, yeah.
His uncle was the one that told Mr. Myrtle that he had to keep, the Beast locked up in chains.
Right.
So it's kind of like that game in elementary school, middle school, that telephone game.
Right.
Where you guys used to play it, right? Oh, the word was Monopoly, and then it goes. You start telling Monopoly to kids, and then all of a sudden you say a word and it's Cheetos.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, bro, I said Monopoly. Where do you get Cheetos from Monopoly? Right. So I saw it like that way, like that. Squints took what his uncle said, let's say, to his dad, and then what his dad said to his mom, and then what his mom said to him. And it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it got lost in translation. Exactly.
But okay, now I see why they had like James Earl and Jones, and then a whole other
and also if you think about
guy.
it, if you're the director, right, you have a good cameo. Literally, you call up James Earl Jones like, bro, I need 5 minutes. You're doing one scene. So I'm gonna save that 5 minutes for the very end.
Yeah.
And what I really enjoyed about that scene is not only was Mr. Myrtle black, so shout out to Mr. Myrtle.
Shout out to Mr. Myrtle, for real.
Yeah, but it goes to show you that baseball is a universal game because remember, every memorabilia he had not only was about the Yankees, but it was about the Negro Leagues.
Yes.
It was about everything else that we have in this sport. And that's why I enjoyed that scene too, because he brought you his perspective. He's like, bro, I was just as good as
these guys, if not better.
If not better.
Like yeah.
But back then, black players didn't get
that recognition. Definitely.
They were probably 20 times better.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Mr. Myrtle coming into the movie shows you at an early age, even, back then, hey, like, there are other people that can play this game just as good.
Yeah.
Like, don't just think, like, remember, Squints thought it was a white guy and it ended up being a black guy.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to think about that. Like, if there's other people out there, broaden your horizons. And just him giving a speech and having those kids being influenced by him, he was probably going to tell them some great, amazing stories.
Yeah.
And I would love to be in a room with Mr. Myrtle to hear his stories on how he
You want to be in the room where it happened. The room
Sir, not
oh,
in this
that's
podcast,
not.
sir. Thanks. So, you want to hear his knowledge back then about that, and that resonated with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Before we wrap, anything else you want to plug? Anything else you want to throw in on the podcast? You want to talk about with the movie?
No, just that Squints marries Wendy, man. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
At the end, actually, the ending was pretty nice. You said we're going to talk about the ending?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about the ending.
Yeah. Where they talk about, like, where they ended up, right?
Yeah. It was nice watching the movie again, right? Because you notice in the beginning of the movie, Squints is actually narrating the story.
Okay, yeah.
Telling the story about how Benny got him out of a pickle, right? And you see Squints became a commentator. I believe he became a broadcaster. No, he became a broadcaster.
No, you mean Smalls.
I mean Smalls, I'm sorry.
Smalls.
So
you see Smalls, right?
Smalls is a broadcaster.
Yes.
Right? A guy that doesn't know anything about baseball growing up becomes a broadcaster, right? That tells you growth, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying Smalls is the MVP, but I tell you what, though, he improved, right?
Oh, 100%.
He's the most improved player.
Yeah, he's the MIP.
He is definitely
most improved player,
right?
Yes.
Right? He's definitely the most improved player because he didn't know who Babe Ruth was,
right?
But now he's commentating. He's a broadcaster, right? For probably maybe the Dodgers. And it was nice seeing Benny playing for the LA, right? Los Angeles Dodgers. I think they were Los Angeles, right? Mm-hmm. And at the end, Benny steals home. He looks up at Smalls, and Benny sticks his thumb out, right? And Scotty sticks his thumb out, right? And it's like, you go, like, it's that validation. It's that, like, friendship.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the movie, I believe they did the same thing. I think Benny...
Yeah, when he hit the ball.
When he caught it.
Yeah,
when he caught it, Benny stuck out his thumb.
Yes.
And Smalls stuck out his thumb, and that was beautiful to see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed the ending. And where they all went, Squints got married.
Random question before you give me your MVP. What age would you show The Sandlot to your kids?
3.
Nice.
3.
I like that.
Yeah, definitely. And we're not going to stop watching it.
Yeah,
it was just... The Sandlot, it's a great, great film.
It's timeless, right?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And I'm not into movies like that. You're into movies.
No,
like,
I know.
Hard body.
Hard
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit down for 2 hours and watch a movie. It's hard for me.
FYI, this movie is not 2 hours.
It's not. It's
like about an hour and 30, an hour and 40. Right? Yeah.
But this movie, I don't get tired of seeing it. I don't get tired of watching The Sandlot. So definitely going to show my kids.
Early on? 3 years old?
Definitely. And I'm going to definitely show them how to catch.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I love that, man. That's true. I think for me too, like maybe 5 years old, like from an early age. And it's one of those movies that regardless of whatever happens, I think that it is very timeless.
Definitely.
And it has a lot of very important messages, friendship, growing up, and looking for building friendships outside of circles that you might not be comfortable in.
Yeah.
Too. And like I said, when you don't know where life is going to take you, and if you happen to move and your kids are exposed to a new environment, that's tough, man. And this is a movie you can show them that, hey, yeah, we're in a new neighborhood or we're somewhere new, but you can always make friends or connect with somebody that you have something identical that you like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's like the message that I would take away from that.
I mean, if everybody would be a Benny, that would be nice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
that's true.
maybe
that's true.
also helps probably maybe my kids if
but they could become Bennies.
Exactly, they could be
Yeah.
the Benny, for a kid, So yeah, definitely.
Who's your MVP? Who's your Arturo Fuentes?
Oh man,
cigar loving Mr. Miguel Abreu on the podcast. Should I rename it? Should we
I'm gonna give it a Benny.
another cigar?
No.
Arturo Fuentes.
I'm definitely gonna give it a Benny.
Okay, I respect it.
Benny, from the very beginning, he saw something in Smalls that everyone else didn't. And he wanted Smalls to be accepted, and he was gonna do whatever he needed, right, to do so that Smalls can feel comfortable and be a part of the crew. So I'm definitely gonna give it a Benny.
I love your pick.
Definitely Benny.
It's true. It's what we've been talking about this whole movie.
Yep.
I'm gonna give my MVP to Ham.
Oh, okay. All right.
I feel like Ham overall is like the real glue of the movie, I would say.
Okay.
As far as like bringing in the jokes, like you just mentioned earlier.
Definitely.
Bringing in the jokes, showing off,
his confidence.
The confidence.
Yeah.
Like, there's always a friend you have in a clique that he might not be the Benny, but the Ham is the one that is like, damn, I love hanging out with this dude because he brings that energy.
Yeah.
And you want him on your side. You don't want him against you.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So that's why I love, like yourself. Ham is one of my favorites in the movie.
Because
you want someone in your crew that's always going to have your back and like ride or die you 1,000%. And he brought that kind of energy. And I love seeing that amongst your friends and amongst everybody. And I think to me that resonated.
Definitely. Who's the Ham in your crew?
Who's the Ham in my crew? Wow.
You have a couple people.
I have a couple people.
Can I say who I think it is?
Oh, who's the Ham?
Alberto.
Oh, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, I think he's funny, right?
Yeah.
I think he's funny.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Who do you think is?
No, I think that's a great pick. I love it.
No, but that's what I think. I think Alberto is the Ham in your crew, right?
We'll talk after the call, Alberto. I'll tell you. No, I would agree. I think it's Alberto. I think that he's a glue amongst
a bunch of my friends. Of course, yeah.
Like there are other friends, obviously, that I hold near and dear to.
Yeah.
But he is one of the central glues about everything.
Yeah, because he's witty. Like Alberto is like he's funny. He's yeah.
And like I said, he transcends not only one crew, but he can transcend into other social circles, and that's why I would say I liked Ham, and he brings that kind of like Ham kind of vibe.
Yeah, right? Shout out to Alberto, for real. Not because we went to Chicago and he hooked us up.
Yeah,
so shout out to Alberto for doing that.
Any other plugs you want to give?
I want to shout out my boy Lou and Edwin. Those are my boys.
Oh yeah, shout out to Luis.
Yeah, shout out Edwin.
Yeah,
those are my Bennies and my Squints and my Hams.
Nice. Oh, okay. So then I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who's the Ham and who's the Benny in your crew? Here we go. Tough questions.
Who's the Ham in my crew? I'm the Ham.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
true.
I'm
the Ham.
That's true. That's true. You could be the Ham.
Yeah.
Who's Benny?
Lou is definitely Benny.
Lou is Benny.
Lou is definitely Benny.
And Edwin is Squints.
And Edwin is Smalls.
Okay. Oh, okay. I like that.
Edwin is Smalls.
Edwin is Smalls?
Yeah. Edwin is Scotty Smalls.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Edwin.
Yeah.
You got a lot to make up for.
Yeah. Or maybe Squints.
Right,
he squints. He squints. Yo, Lou, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Miguel.
It was,
man.
At first, I was really nervous, but amazing. I had a great time, for real. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
This has been A View to Film. See you next time.